The movie begins with a charming character named Kim, a basketball player manager who is out for his morning jog. He encounters a girl he frequently sees on the jogging path and flirts with her, inviting her to dinner as he usually does. However, she informs him that she's now in a relationship. Kim responds by suggesting she reach out to him once she's single again. Meanwhile, BAE, an advertising manager, makes her way to the office. Upon her arrival, her team informs her that they're unable to reach a basketball player named Jin, who is supposed to finalize an advertising deal with their firm. This contract is crucial for securing another deal with the department store that BAE needs to present in Busan later that day. Before heading to the train station, Bay's team hands her a change of clothes since her outfit got ruined when she fell and spilled her coffee after being accidentally hit by a basketball earlier that morning. The outfit looks much cuter than her usual wardrobe, making her appear stunning. Meanwhile, in Kim's office, he's attempting to reach Jin to discuss his plan to transfer him to the NBA in America, but Jin is unavailable. His colleague, Kang, informs him that Jin might be in Busan, so they decide to take a train to meet him. As they ride the escalator at the train station, Kim and Kang spot BAE and admire her beautiful appearance as they part ways. Before boarding the train, BAE runs into two of her high school friends, one of whom reveals she's planning to marry a man she's only known for 2 months. BAE is taken aback to discover that the man is her first love from a few years back. Sensing the awkwardness, BAE quickly bids farewell to head to Busan. Kim purchases a train ticket, but he and Kang end up in different cars. While getting the ticket, they chat about Kim's one-night stand from the previous night, which makes the ticket agent a bit uncomfortable. However, when Kim thanks her and mentions her name, she becomes quite taken with him. Kang tries a similar approach but gets a completely different response. On the train, it turns out that BAE is sitting next to Kim. After a while, Kim effortlessly tries to open a conversation with her, even offering her half of his food. However, BAE tries to firmly limit it until it ends in an awkward incident when she tries to leave her seat to pick up a call. Apparently, the call is from her boyfriend, who immediately asks her to send him the old laptop she's been using, but he forgets that BAE is actually on a business trip. BAE feels disappointed because he ignores her when she wants to tell him about her day. It looks like their relationship is not a healthy one. BAE returns to her seat, and it turns out that Kim has bought BAE bottled milk because she wanted one earlier. BAE misinterprets Kim's attention, thinks he is seducing her, and rejects him by saying she has a boyfriend. The Chad Kim is so confident of himself and keeps hitting on her to the point he straight up tells BAE that he wants to have a night with her. She refuses and becomes uncomfortable, making her change seat. But the seat keeps getting filled, forcing her to sit back with Kim. They make a bet to not say a word during the rest of the trip, where the loser has to treat the other for food in Busan. Unfortunately, BAE loses when she decides to receive a call from her high school friend that she met earlier. Suddenly, the train stops because of an unknown reason. While this is happening, Kim receives a call and discusses Jin, which BAE happens to overhear. It dawns on BAE that Kim is Jin's manager, prompting her to travel to Busan in search of him. Eager to meet Jin, BAE offers to buy Kim a meal in Busan. When the train they're on encounters issues and halts unexpectedly, Kim suggests they get off, and BAE reluctantly agrees, hoping to find Jin. Unfortunately, just after they disembark, the train resumes its journey, leaving them stranded while Kang is preoccupied in the train's restroom. This situation leads Kim to reach out to an old school friend for a car. During their drive to Jin's family home, they learn each other's names. Upon arrival, they discover a funeral is taking place, but Jin is already gone. Nevertheless, Kim and BAE choose to pay their respects by enjoying the food provided. BAE initially hesitates, concerned about being late for her presentation, but Kim reassures her that this meal counts as the treat she promised. After BAE becomes emotional at the funeral, which brings back memories of her late father, she and Kim head to downtown Busan. Kim, despite his Playboy reputation, shows a surprising level of understanding as he tries to comfort her. He suggests they grab a bite at a fantastic restaurant he knows after her presentation, but BAE declines with a hint of sarcasm, mentioning she needs to return to Seoul afterward. Their conversation shifts to Bae's decade-long relationship and a debate about the normalcy of one-night stands. Upon arriving in Busan, Kim walks BAE to the venue for her presentation, where she bids him a snarky farewell. Later, Kim picks up Kang, who appears to be lost in the city, only to realize that BIE left her laptop in his car. Just as he's about to reach his destination, he turns back. Kang, noticing Kim, starts to chase the car, but ends up falling into an open utility hole, distracted by a group of attractive women. Meanwhile, BIE is anxious as her presentation falters due to the missing laptop. Fortunately, Kim arrives just in time to connect it, allowing BAE to deliver her presentation flawlessly and persuade the department store team to secure an advertising contract with Jin. After helping BAE succeed, Kim heads off to rescue the unfortunate Kang. After the presentation, BAE heads to the restaurant that Kim suggested. To her surprise, Kim arrives there with Kang. The three of them end up dining together, with Kang seamlessly fitting in as the third wheel. Kim introduces BAE to the restaurant owner's daughter, claiming she is his girlfriend. It turns out that Kim's aunt owns the place. When she offers to pay for their meal, the owner insists she doesn't need to, since she's his nephew's partner. Afterward, Kim takes BAE to catch a taxi to the station, but just before they get in, Kim's niece tells him she knows where Jin is. They rush to the basketball practice facility, only to find that Jin has already left. The coach advises Kim not to push Jin towards the NBA and to let him make his own choices, as he lacks the ambition Kim once had. Nevertheless, Kim believes it's the best path for Jin and thinks it's foolish for him to pass up this chance. After Kim and BAE depart, Kang tries to find them, but ends up alone again. He hops into a taxi to follow them, but gets kicked out for not having his wallet. In a panic, he runs after the taxi, realizing he left his phone inside. Kim takes BAE to a mountain temple, hoping to find Jin there. BAE hesitates due to her high heels, but eventually decides to join him. When they reach the top, they still can't locate Jin. While admiring the stunning view, a woman approaches Kim, greeting him warmly, but he struggles to remember her. They soon realize she's one of Kim's past flings, which prompts BAE to tease him about it. As they make their way back down, rain begins to pour, forcing them to seek shelter. Kim notices Bae's discomfort from her heels and offers to massage her feet. After a short while, the rain subsides, and BIE starts to feel drawn to Kim's charm and kindness. She expresses her desire to enjoy the evening with him without any strings attached. They head out to grab some drinks and end up in a hotel room. BAE feels anxious about spending the night with someone she just met, especially in a casual context. Kim inquires about her change of heart, and BAE admits it's because she believes he's genuinely a good person. Kim realizes that taking advantage of BAE isn't right. She's not just another casual fling for him, so he decides they shouldn't spend the night together. BAE feels awful, regretting her courage to approach him only to face rejection. As she leaves the hotel, Kim runs after her, insisting he didn't mean it negatively. However, BAE is already feeling embarrassed. In an unexpected turn, the usually confident Kim seems more subdued, perhaps finally grasping the essence of true love. To lift her spirits, he takes BAE to the basketball practice facility at night, a place typically off limits. They sneak in for some drinks and noodles, sharing their thoughts. BAE opens up about her boyfriend, who has been hesitant to move their relationship forward after a decade together, while her friend is set to marry someone she just met. Noticing Bae's distress, Kim tries to lighten the mood by shooting a basketball into the hoop. Soon, they hear footsteps approaching and the officers arrive to investigate, prompting a hasty escape. As the romantic tension builds, Kim and BAE end up spending the night together in the gym. The following morning, Kim finds himself taking a shower on the basketball practice court. Outside, BAE waits and suddenly thinks she hears someone approaching. Feeling embarrassed, both Kim and BAE quickly dash away, with Kim still wrapped in a towel. Afterward, Kim takes Bai to Busan Station, where they reluctantly part ways after their brief encounter. Once Bai leaves, Jin shows up and reveals that he doesn't want to pursue a career in the NBA. Despite Kim's efforts to convince him otherwise, Jin remains firm, expressing his desire to build his career in Korea. First, because he can't bear to leave his girlfriend. Kim eventually comes to terms with Jin's decision and confronts his boss, stating that he won't pressure Jin into going to the NBA. This infuriates his boss, but Kim stands his ground, refusing to act solely for the agency's benefit. After resigning from the agency, Jin approaches Kim, asking him to be his manager again, even outside the agency, as he trusts Kim completely. Kim agrees and then encourages Jin to sign the advertising contract for Bei's company. Meanwhile, Bae meets with her boyfriend to discuss their relationship and decides to break up, realizing that it's best to end things before they cause each other more pain. Later, Kim visits Bei's office to deliver Jin's contract, but he discovers that Bi isn't there. He asks the receptionist to pass it along to her instead. Meanwhile, Bi is at a cafe with her friends, completely unaware of Kim's presence when he sits down nearby. Their conversation turns to Bei's recent breakup, and her friend inquires about a guy she met on the train. Bae dismisses him as just a one night stand, insisting it meant nothing to her or to him. Hearing this, Kim feels crushed and let down, realizing he had hoped for something more from their own brief encounter. To cope with his feelings, he ends up drinking heavily with Kang. Bae, on the other hand, struggles with her own emotions, wishing she could express her feelings for Kim. Later, the receptionist mistakenly tells Bae that Kim wrote some lovely words for her in Jin's contract. Unaware of the memo, Bae searches through the document and finds Kim's note. Realizing her error, she rushes to find Kim at Jin's basketball arena, only to learn he's headed to Chicago. Kang calls Kim to inform him that Bae is looking for him. In a frantic dash, Bae makes it to the train station, but Kim's train has already departed. However, Kim hasn't boarded the train. When they finally come face to face, Bae confesses that her earlier words at the cafe were untrue and reveals her true feelings for him. And just like that, they find their happiness together. Love can sometimes surprise you in the most unexpected ways. Ending a long term relationship can be tough, but it's often essential when it no longer brings happiness. Kim finds his own beliefs challenged and ultimately shattered by his feelings for Bae, someone he only met and spent a single day with. And that's how the tales wrap up. Remember to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.